Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to type some stuff in the chat in case anyone wants to check that out. So just giving everyone a couple of minutes to settle in. So please take that time, and we're going to be getting started soon. All right, so it's just about that time. So good morning. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. So my name is Jacqueline, and this is our De-Stress and Unwind with Yoga class. The class is available to all levels, so even if you have no yoga experience, you can still take this class. The class will also be available on the channel, so if you would like to come back to it before the next class, you absolutely have that option. And feel free to share, let people know that this is available to anybody and that we really appreciate the sharing. And for those who have given feedback, that's also really awesome. So continue to do that. And some good news, well, it's kind of weird, obviously, the way that things are, right? But regardless, the good news in the current circumstances, we'll say, is that we are going to continue offering Wednesday morning yoga sessions for the month of May. So I am really grateful to Somerset County Library System of New Jersey for this opportunity. And if you enjoy the class, please, if you've not yet reached out in some way, I know there's a survey of sorts. If you've not yet given your feedback and you have positive feedback to give, please do that so that we can continue to offer programs like this for you. And yeah, so the style of yoga that I teach is primarily alignment focused, so very much concerned with keeping the body in proper anatomical positioning so that we can optimally gain strength, increase flexibility, while very much so reducing the risk of injury. The other thing I will say, I was debating whether or not to say this, but I just want to, just in case anything were to come up, you may or may not see that there is a little gray cat on the couch behind me. So he's not feeling well this morning. We had some incidents of sickness. So I'm just giving a heads up in case he goes through another wave and I have to tend to him in the moment. I apologize in advance. I think he's doing a little better. So, but I just wanted to make a note of it just in case it does happen, that everyone's not wondering why my eyes are darting around or something like that. Hopefully we're good, but like I said, I wrestled with whether or not to say something. Maybe it's TMI, I'm sorry, but just being totally real, right? This is real work from home situation, and yeah, but hopefully we'll be good. But I did want to just let everybody know in case I do have to maybe kind of stop or just coach. But the plan is for me to stay on my mat and move with you throughout the class. At the end of class, if you have questions, I will leave the video running for a minute or so that you can ask the question in the chat. And I will also provide my social media information so that if you think of something later, you can reach out to me, or if you want some more resources, things like that, you can like and follow that page. All right, let's make it happen. So find yourself in a cross-legged seated position, grounded through your seat. Spine is nice and long, shoulders back, head draws back. And gently close your eyes, relax the face muscles, unclench the teeth, and keep the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And allow the mind to quiet as you bring your attention and your focus to your breath. And very gently, without much added effort, begin to deepen the breath, moving into diaphragmatic or belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, the belly button draws back toward the spine. Inhale, the belly rises and expands. And exhale, belly button draws back. Feel free to stick with this breath. If it's comfortable on your next inhale, draw the breath up a little higher. The belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest and the ribs expand. And you exhale from the mid-chest, belly button draws back. And if it's comfortable on your next inhale, draw the breath up even higher, moving into the full 3-part yogic breath. So belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest, then all the way up into the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones. And you exhale from the collarbones down into the mid-chest, and belly button draws back. So wherever you are with your breathing, just make sure that it's full and smooth. 2 more breaths. And after your second exhale, allow the breathing to return to normal. The mind stays calm, the face relaxed. And bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, let it all the way out. And turn the eyes down toward the heart. Release the hands gently, flicker the eyes open. Bring the head up to center. Take the legs, extend them out in front of you. And gently rub the hips. And knees. And circle the ankles. In both directions. And point the toes. Flex the feet. Point. Flex, one at a time. Good, so from here, let's come to tabletop position. So hands and knees. You want to bring the hands shoulder width at the very least, maybe mat width distance apart. Spread the fingers, try to get equal distance between the fingers. Make sure your hands are straight, maybe slightly turned out. Elbow creases of the arms face each other. The back is nice and flat, abdominal muscles are engaged here. Tuck the toes under for a little more power and stability. Hug in toward the center. Keep the head in line with the spine and connect to the breath. Now from here, we'll move into cat and cow to warm up the spine. So as you inhale, the belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. So continue with this, take it at your own pace. And you want to move with your breath. So allowing the breath to guide you in and out of each pose. And take 2 more, nice full cat and cows. And on your second exhale, when your back is rounded, come back to that flat back position in tabletop. And when you're back in tabletop, check in with your foundation, see if anything changed. If it did, make whatever adjustments you need to. From here, take a step back with the knees, start to angle the body back, shoulders move behind the wrists, hips come over the knees. Call more attention into the hands, really root down, allow the knees to rise up a little bit off the mat. Do the action of feet dragging toward each other, but knees stay in line with ankles. Press stronger into the hands as though you were trying to push the mat out from underneath you. And slowly lift the hips, straighten or go towards straight with the legs as you come into downward facing dog and you breathe here. Now if the backs of the legs are tight, you could take the feet wider. You may need to practice your down dog with bent knees, which is perfectly acceptable. And if it's comfortable, you can gently walk the dog. So bend one knee and lower the opposite heel. And do this very slowly, allowing for a gentle and gradual lengthening of each leg. If you're walking the dog, return to center and stillness. Take a quick peek back at the feet. Make sure they're facing straight forward, heels hidden behind toes, head in line with spine. From here, walk the feet forward and come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So the hips are over the knees, knees over the ankles. There should be equal weight through the feet. Your knees are soft, meaning we're not locking them out. Fingertips lightly touch either on your own legs, on a yoga block if you have, or a substitute for a block, so that could be a couple of books or a shoebox, something like that, or if available, the floor. Inhale, lengthen the center of the chest. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Keep the legs strong. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Press strongly through the feet. Bring the hands to the hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale, come up. Coming to Tadasana, or standing mountain pose. So in this posture, the feet face straight forward. Knees are soft, shins hug toward each other, tailbone draws down, shoulders up and back, rib cage in. Palms turn out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, bring hands next to the feet, and step your left leg back. Lower the knee down, so we're in a low lunge on your right. Right knee 90 degrees, left knee behind the hip, and front foot, back knee are doing the action of dragging toward each other. From here, let's step back to a plank position. So in plank, the arms are straight, not locked, back is long and straight. Slight lift to the legs. Gently lower the knees, so knees are behind the hips. Abs are strong. Arms stay strong. Take your plank with the knees down. Move it forward. Then elbows bent. Lower chin and chest. Belly stays lifted. Elbows hug in. Come all the way down. Untuck the toes. Slide forward, up, and curl back to a low cobra. Tuck the toes. Press up and back to downward facing dog. And you breathe. From here, step the left foot forward between the hands. Help it if it gets stuck. The right knee comes down, so you're in a low lunge. Left knee 90 degrees. Front foot, back knee are doing the action of dragging toward each other. Shoulders draw back. Heart is open. If you need to, you can climb up onto your thigh. From here, step back to plank. Keeping the brace through the abs, knees gently lower, arms stay strong, abs are engaged. Move your body forward, bend the elbows, lower chin and chest, belly stays lifted, elbows hug in. Come all the way down, untuck the toes, slide forward, up and curl back. Feet are pressed, tailbone is lengthened, shoulder blades squeeze. Tuck the toes, press back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Rooting through the feet, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, bring hands to hip creases. Inhale, come up, reach the arms. And exhale, the arms gently lower. Keep legs strong, arms rise. As you exhale, hinge from the hip creases to fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, hands next to feet. Left leg steps back. Keep the knee lifted this time if you're able. So now feet drag toward each other. Right knee is at 90 degrees. And if you need to be here in a low lunge with the hands on the thigh, that's okay. Gaze forward, abs strong. Step back to plank. Now, you might be able to practice your plank with your knees up. You might have to put the knees down, especially if you're new. I want you here, okay? But if your knees are up, press out through the heels. Distribute the weight completely evenly throughout your body, okay? So plank is a full body experience, everything working together. From here, knees down or up, chaturanga. Now, friends, if you're new, you're going to stick with knees down. You move forward, you lower your heart, your belly is lifted. You come to cobra from there. Now, let's say you're doing knees up. You move forward, and then as you bend the elbows, everything comes down at the same exact time. And then we all come to cobra. The height of your cobra doesn't matter. It's about feeling strong through your back, feeling the space is remaining between each of the vertebrae, not feeling like you're compressing. Tuck the toes, press back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. And then let's step the left foot forward between the hands. The right knee stays lifted. Left knee 90 degrees. Feet are dragging toward each other. Back thigh presses up and back. Gaze forward, abs strong, and step back to plank. Find your lift, your control. You can always skip plank, and you can do hands and knees position. And instead of doing the lowering and cobra, you can take cat-cow as an alternative, like we did when we were warming up the spine. Or if you're able, knees down or up, chaturanga, take your time, push the floor away from you, and then your heart is open, your feet pressed, tailbone lengthened, shoulder blades squeezing together for cobra, and press yourself back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now bend the knees, puff up in your lower back, look up toward the hands. You may walk or perhaps jump if you're able forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale and find some length, and exhale, fold. Press through the feet, bring hands to the hip creases. Inhale, rise and draw the arms up. And exhale, arms lower. Good, so take a wide stance on your mat. And when I say wide, I mean basically your wingspan. Think wrists, not necessarily fingertips, but ankles are under the wrists. Unless you don't feel safe with the feet that wide, then of course you may need to adjust. Let's take the right foot and turn it so that the right toes are toward the right, your left toes are slightly in. Feet are dragging toward each other here. Inhale, take your arms out. As you exhale, bend your right knee, knee 90 degrees, shoulders over the hips. So this is Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2 pose. So right knee 90, tracking to the right, shoulders soften. There's energy throughout the fingertips here. Your feet are dragging toward each other. Breath is smooth and even. You can look out over the right hand or you can look straight ahead. Press through the feet, inhale, straighten the leg, exhale, the arms lower, and we'll switch. Right foot turns, left toes turn out. Feet drag toward each other. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, left knee bends. 90-degree bend, press the knee open to the left. Hips are open, so watch the right hip. It likes to turn in. Keep it open. Shoulders over hips. Breath smooth. Press through the feet, inhale, straighten the leg, exhale, arms lower, turn the toes in, heel toe or step the feet closer together. So root down through the feet. They're straight, knees are straight, not locked. So engage the muscles of the legs. Draw the arms up, soften the shoulders, plant through your feet, breath in. Exhale, gently side bend to the right. Thinking about your left foot a little bit more. Feeling these side abdominal muscles working here to create this shape. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, over to the left. Energy through both feet, weighted evenly, even thinking about the right foot more. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms down. Feet wide. Hands to hip creases. Turn the right foot, left toes slightly in. Feet drag toward each other. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend the right knee. So knee 90 degrees. Press into the outer edge of the left foot. Use your abdominal strength here. Your right forearm is going to lightly come to the top of the right thigh. Hand is active like you're holding a tray. Your left hand can stay at the hip crease here, right? And you draw your shoulder back. Good place if you've got shoulder concerns. If available, reach the left arm forward, plug the shoulder blade, and then slide the arm on the diagonal, keeping the shoulder blade plugging back. If this does not work for you, no worries, bring the hand back down. Try not to lean significantly into your thigh. Breathe. Challenge today, if you would like, reach your right arm up as well. Feel that. Really strong. And we'll release wherever you were. Good. Switching over to the other side. Left foot turns, right toe slightly in. Hands to hip creases. Feet drag toward each other. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your left knee 90 degrees. Tracking to the left. Now, your core strength. Lengthen so that your forearm lightly comes to the top of the thigh. Hand is active like you're holding a tray. Your right hand can stay down at the hip or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, slide it overhead. So sharp diagonal angle here. Okay, really check in with that. Right leg is just as strong as your left. Challenge, reach the left arm, but stay in the shape. And let's gently release, turn the toes in, heel toe, or step the feet closer together. All right, let's work on Utkatasana or chair pose. So bring the feet together, maybe the heels together, or the feet can be a little bit apart. Draw the arms up, and then bring hands in front of heart as you sit back, weight into the heels, a little tone through the belly, draw the shoulders back. Your knees are behind the toes for your chair. Press through the feet, inhale and come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Maybe trying to sit a little lower this time if you're able, but check to make sure you've got enough abdominal engagement that your back is basically neutral. So it's not rounded like this, and you're not sticking your butt out like that. You should be able to wiggle your toes when you're in a good chair pose. This means that your energy is not coming too far forward. Hey, let's press through the feet and rise up. And exhale, the arms lower down. Good, very nice. All right, let's take the feet nice and wide. Once more. We're going to set up and move into Trikonasana or triangle pose. So this pose has straight legs. And remember, when we say straight, it doesn't mean locked out at the knee, right? Not hyperextended. So keep that in mind. Turn your right foot. There's a micro bend behind the right knee. So that's that straight leg, not locked. The muscles of your thigh are working. They should be engaged here, helping to maintain the straight leg, helping to keep your knee from collapsing in, which is what it naturally wants to do. So those muscles of the thigh help to draw the kneecap toward the right. Your feet drag toward each other, still even with the straight leg pose. Take your arms out, bring your palms forward. Lengthen your body coming into your triangle. So you might be way, way lifted. And I do want you, friends, to tuck the ribs in along your left side. Try not to C-shape or side bend here. You might be way up, you might have a block or something, or you might be able to get to the floor. Nothing forced, please. Use your abdominal muscles. For this pose, the main objective is to really explore expansion. So can you take up space? This idea, like if you could, your whole body would fill whatever room you're in. Shoulder concerns, hand can always stay down just like that. Find your focus. So for today, I'm gonna offer a little challenge for those who would like to take it. So if you're still new to the practice, maybe stay here in triangle if you feel better working here. If you'd like, we're gonna make our way into Ardha Chandrasana or half moon pose. So you're gonna bring your left hand to the hip crease, turn your gaze at your right foot. Start to bend the right knee as you scoot the left foot in. You're gonna reach your right hand. If you've got a block, you're gonna probably wanna use it. But that hand reaches forward of your foot. Now, hey, your foot stays straight. Move your hand to the right. Lift the left leg, flex the foot. You're trying to stack the hips. And maybe the left arm lifts. This is not the easiest posture. It's balanced posture. Challenging, still side facing, open hip position. Just a little something extra today in case anybody feels like giving it a try. One more breath here. And then maybe bend the right knee, step the left leg back and kind of come out. And if you were in triangle, just make your way out. Very nice. Let's try the other side. Turn the right toes in, left toes are out. So setting up triangle trikonasana, 2 straight, strong legs. Micro bend behind the left knee. So the leg is straight, not locked. Feet drag toward each other. Engage your abdominals. Take your arms out. Palms forward. Lengthen and find your triangle. You might be way, way up, right? That's okay. You might be able to come lower, but there's no expectation or judgment here. Wherever you are, and that's good. Create space. Can you feel the expansion here? Are both legs strong? Are your abs engaged? How are your shoulders? Are they back? Right shoulder or arm bothering you? Just bring the hand down. Explore your options. Now, feel free to stay here or trying Ardha Chandrasana, bring right hand to hip, turn your gaze down. Now, we're still trying to face the side, right? Still trying to keep the body open, so be mindful that you don't close off. Start to bend the left knee, scoot the right foot in, take your left hand, reach it forward to the left, maybe using a block or box, lift the right leg, flex the foot. You're trying to stack the hips, and that means that you're trying to stack the butt cheeks one on top of the other. And explore your half moon or not. You can be in triangle, totally fine. Watch that your left foot doesn't turn. Keep your left knee from locking. Lots of strength, lots of control here. Challenging pose for sure. And then bend the knee, land on the right foot. Arms come down. Woo, turn the toes in. Heel toe or step the feet closer together. Maybe a little shake. All right. So let's work a little bit more on balance. And if you didn't take the option for half moon, that's okay. You're going to get your balance pose here. So we're going to work on Vrikshasana tree pose. So a really common pose, but one that we can sometimes take for granted if we do it often. So we're going to allow ourselves the time to really explore it and feel controlled and work on the endurance, for lack of a better word, right? Really trying to stay in the pose maybe for longer. So root through your right foot. You're grounded. Your knee is straight, not locked. Take your left heel off the floor, keeping your toes down. Open your left knee. Hug in toward the center. Pause. This can be your tree. This is still tree pose. This is a perfectly fine place to be, especially if you struggle with balance. Stay here. If you want, you can lift your foot to the ankle, to the calf. We just avoid the knee at all costs. The foot is nowhere on the knee joint. Or if you're able, it comes up perhaps to the inner thigh. No one place anyone has to be. Please bear that in mind. Hips are open. Right knee is soft. Foot presses into leg. Leg presses back into foot. Tailbone draws down. Shoulders back. Arm options can be down, or you can start to bring maybe hands in front of heart. Arms out even, or hardest for balance is to extend the arms. Wherever you are today, can you connect to your breath? Can you find a steady eye gaze? What are your thoughts? Are they positive? One more breath here. Exhale, release the arms, release the foot, shake out the legs a bit here. All right, so we're going to try the other side. Root through your left foot. Leg is straight, not locked. Clean slate, try not to think about what happened on the first side. We're just giving it a go here, and whatever happens, happens. Lift the right heel, toes stay down, open the knee, pause, hug in. Is this your tree today? That's great. It can be this. This is fine. Or maybe you lift foot to ankle, calf, just not at the knee. Maybe you bring it up. Maintain the straight left foot. Muscular energy here. Allow your foot to press into your leg, and your leg at the same time presses into the foot, so that dynamic energy creating more stability. Draw the tailbone down, pull your ribs in, and you choose your arm options. Try to look at something that's not moving. So I don't recommend looking directly at me, especially if you've got me on a larger screen where you can easily see. And find your focus. Working on our ability to remain in the pose for maybe a little bit longer a time than usual or typical, let's say. One more breath. Exhale, release arms, release foot. Good, circle the ankles, shake out the legs. Excellent. Let's stand at the top of the mat if you were not already there. Root down through your feet, draw the arms up. And as you exhale, hinge from the hip creases, fold forward. Fingertips lightly touch. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Bring hands next to feet. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. If you prefer child's pose in this moment, you may absolutely come into a child's pose. Really root strongly through the inner edges of the hands. Engage the leg muscles. Breathe. And bring the knees down, coming to tabletop position, hands and knees. Little bit more balance, more core focused. So working on spinal balance. So we're gonna extend the right arm and the left leg, maintaining your flat back position. If you want, you may just extend the left leg and forget about the arm. Totally fine here. Crown of head is lengthened forward. Now, you may stay here, or if you'd like, take a breath in. Exhale, curl, bringing elbow to knee and knee to nose. Inhale, extend. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, curl. Push the floor away, round in the back. Inhale, extend. And exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. And exhale, reset your table. Check in. Other side for spinal balance. Right leg, maybe that's it, or also left arm, palm turns in. Push down the stabilizing hand and the stabilizing knee, belly button to spine. You may stay here or take a breath in. As you exhale, curl, rounding. Inhale, find the extension. Exhale, curling. And inhale here. Exhale, gently release. Sit back onto the heels into a child's pose. Few breaths here. And bring hands under shoulders, lift yourself up. Have a seat. You're gonna take your right knee forward and a little bit to the right. And ankle is 90 degrees out from the knee. Now, your left knee is out to the side from the hip. And again, foot is flexed and ankle 90 degrees. So you've got basically like 2 90-degree angles here. Roll your left hip forward and down. Tall posture. So you can stay here. You might be feeling something already. You might, though, basically be feeling nothing. So if you need or want more, from here, what you can do is you can start to hinge and come forward. you might be able to get the forearms down. Check in with your breath. Your breath is a really solid guide. It's letting you know what level of comfort the body might be experiencing. It's going to help you decide if you need to back off or if you're able to go deeper. Nothing forced here. We always want to be kind to the hips. I'm just going to come over. I saw a comment pop up. I want to make sure everything's cool. Okay. Feel free to close your eyes, relax the jaw, relax the face muscles. If you're like me, sometimes my hips are for everybody, hips can be very temperamental, but I specifically have trouble with this side. So you might have to, just like I had to do, is come out of the pose and try to come back in, seeing if you have successfully eliminated the discomfort or solved the problem that may or may not have been occurring. So it's all good. And sometimes there might be something that we want to happen. We want to be at a certain depth. We want to take the more advanced option, right? And those desires are fine, but we cannot be operating under tunnel vision where we're only thinking about that and ignoring what's actually happening. And we have to be okay with changing our plan, with letting it go. All right, so if you came forward, I would like for you to come up. Now, from here, let your right foot slide in a little bit. Same with your left. Left's coming a little bit more toward the butt, and maybe taking some of the hard flex out of the feet. Two options. One, right hand out from the hip, heart is open, and left arm comes up, right? So you can be here, just getting a little bit of expansion. Option two is you actually are going to lift your butt and draw your left arm over. So slightly more of a back bend here. And you can look down at your right hand. You can look more to the side, or you can look up, whatever feels good. Breathe. If this feels bad, just dial it back. Slowly release. And other side, we're going to bring the left knee forward, a little bit out from the hip, hard flex to the foot, right knee straight out to the side from the right hip, ankle 90 degrees from knee, same on the left, square yourself off. You might be solid right here. Nothing wrong with staying in this position. If you need more, you can slowly start to explore folding over the leg. Each side is different, especially if you have an injury or something on one side versus the other, right? You need to be prepared for the two sides to tell very different stories, and that's very normal. And you breathe. So I will also mention that a posture like this doesn't necessarily require that much warming up. So this is something that if you find that you typically do have tightness in your hips, if you sit a lot for work, this is going to help combat the sitting, combat tightness. If you run, right, this will be good. And it's not necessarily a pose that we need to really warm up a lot before doing. So something that you can bring into your breaks throughout the day, stuff like that. Maybe before bed, when you're watching TV. And of course, you want to breathe. Softening through the jaw. Softening the eye gaze, or even closing your eyes. And if you came forward, gently lift yourself up. Let's adjust the feet. So slide the left foot in a little, slide the right. Left hand just off from the hip. Right arm comes up. Maybe you're here, or you kind of spiral yourself up, lifting the hips. Looking up, forward, or down at your left hand. And you breathe. Keep the space throughout the body here. So make sure you don't feel like you're compressing in your back, especially. And gently release. Let's take the legs forward. Give them a little shake, a little massage. Good. And then from here, we'll come onto the stomach. Feel free to just make your way straight onto the stomach, or if you want, you can come to plank and then lower yourself down, and we're setting up for Bhujangasana or Cobra Pose. So lengthen the legs back behind you, forehead is down, slide the hands back, elbows point straight back. Press strongly through the feet, draw the tailbone toward the heels, and squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Inhale, slide forward, up, and curl back. So the stronger you press the feet into the floor, the more you lengthen the tailbone, the stronger your back will be. Squeeze your shoulder blades, tuck your chin. Good, strong cobra. Exhale, slowly lower down. We'll do that again. Press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, find your lift. Keep the feet pressing, pressing, pressing into the floor. And slowly lower. We'll do one more. Press the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, and find your lift. One more breath. Exhale, slowly lower. Make a pillow with the hands. Take some smooth breaths here. Now, your hands are stacked. Your forehead is on top of your hands. Press your feet like we were going to do Cobra again. Draw your tailbone toward the heels. Now, keep everything grounded. See if you can lift your right leg up. Point the toes. Slowly lower. Try the left leg. Forehead down, elbows down, and lower. So keep your tailbone lengthening. You don't want to feel your back hurting. The leg may not lift a lot. That's totally fine. If you can get it to lift a lot, then go for it. Right leg again. Breathe. Avoid holding the breath. Point the toes. And down. Try the left. All right. So now either doing right and left one more time, or see if you can lift both. Keep your tailbone lengthening. Try not to let your upper body rise. It's going to want to help, but this is just about lower body. One more breath, and slowly lower and fully relax. Release any tension. All right, let's turn over and come on to the back. Feet flat, knees bent, feet are straight, maybe about sit bone width distance apart. So that's maybe like 2 fist width between the feet. Bend your elbows so your palms face each other, fingertips up toward the ceiling. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head. As you inhale, lift the hips, coming into Setubanha Savardhasana bridge pose. Knees stay in line with the ankles. More energy spills onto shoulders. You keep the space between the chin and chest. Breath smooth and even. You can also press down through your arms here. More stability. And we're going to slowly lower down. All right, let's do that again. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders, back of head. Inhale, let the hips rise. If you'd like, lift the heels, coming a little bit deeper into the pose, presuming your hips stay nice and high above your heart. One more breath. Exhale and slowly lower down. We're going to do one more. Press through the feet. Inhale, rise. Focus your breath. Maybe you lift the heels, maybe not. Challenge, if you lifted the heels, your hips should have gotten higher. So you can try this. Keep your hips at their new height as you put the heels down. Woo! One more breath. Exhale, slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Relax the arms. Full body stretch, take the legs, straighten them, point the toes, reach the arms up and over. Flex the feet, interlace the hands, press out through the palms. And gently release. Take as much time as you need to turn yourself back over, coming into either downward facing dog or child's pose. Your choice. Return length to the spine here. Breath smooth and even. One more breath. Exhale. Make your way down and into a seated position. You're going to take the legs and extend them straight out in front of you. Anchor through your seat. Legs press, heels press, feet are flexed, spine is long. If you need assistance, bring your arms behind you to help essentially prop you up to the point that you're keeping your length throughout the spine. We don't want to be here. You can also sit on a maybe little pillow or a rolled up or folded edge of a towel or blanket to provide some lift if you know that you have tight hamstrings. Press the legs down, heels press. So again, you can be here, you might be here, or if available, hinge from the hip creases and deepen the fold, but you don't have to. Tuck the chin, keep the back flat, head back, legs are strong. Watch the feet even, maintain the energy so the toes are up toward the ceiling. Focus your breath. Smooth inhale and smooth exhale. Nothing forced. Try not to pull. Avoid judging this posture. Maybe close your eyes. Take the vision component out of the equation and just allow yourself to feel the pose. I know. Press down through the leg, inhale and come up. And bend your left knee, let the knee open. Anchor the left, then the right sit bone. Right leg is strong, bring your right hand alongside. Lengthening, draw your left arm up, turn toward the foot, and gently fold forward. So with one leg straight versus two, you might be able to go deeper. It's not something that has to happen though, so please be mindful of that. Don't force anything. And then you might, though, this is not for everybody, but if you find that you're easily able to touch your foot, you can, right? You're allowed to then grab the foot and maybe the right hand also grabs the foot, but no obligations here. Press down through the leg, inhale and come up and extend the left leg, bend the right knee, anchor that side, then the left. Left fingertips come alongside, Leg is strong, foot is flexed. Draw the right arm up, turn toward the foot, and gently lengthen forward. Nothing forced. Check in with your space. Are you maintaining space, or do you feel like you're getting crunched up? Breathe smoothly and evenly. Maybe you can easily grab the foot, maybe not. Doesn't matter. We really want to breathe acceptance into poses like this. Really most poses, but especially, I think, forward folds are where we might need it a lot. And let's press down through the leg, inhale and come up. Go ahead and lift your right knee. So your foot is flat on the inside of your leg. And then take your right arm behind, helping to actually, friends, think about pushing you forward. Now go ahead and hug your knee with the left arm and gently twist toward the right. Keep your spine long. Stay soft. And inhale to center, exhale, extend the right leg, bend the left knee, plant the foot, knees up, left arm behind, helping to push you forward. Hug the knee with the right arm, find some lift, exhale, gently twist into your left leg. Avoid holding the breath. Inhale, center, exhale, release. We're gonna come down onto the back. If you want a little extra abdominal strengthening, lower yourself very slowly down. Totally optional, of course. Once you're down, bend the knees, feet flat. Taking a couple of breaths here. Bring your arms 4 to 6 inches from your body with the palms up. And if it's comfortable, you can take the legs and extend them, perhaps allowing the feet to open to the opposite sides of the mat. Close your eyes as we move into Shavasana, final relaxation. Allow the front of your body to melt down into the back of your body. And the back of your body melts down into the floor. Release any tension you might be holding in any part of your body. Give yourself permission to completely relax. Slowly and gently allow the breath to become deeper. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let the legs come together. Bend one knee up and then the other. With an exhale, gently roll over onto your right side. The left arm crosses over the body and pause here for a moment. Peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still feel calm in your heart. Use the support of the arm and hand to gently press yourself up and then turn forward, coming into a cross-legged seated position. Eyes are closed, face soft, spine tall. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Lift the heart up to the hands. On our next exhale, I invite you to join me in sealing this morning's practice with one sound of Om. Breathe in. Om. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, my name is Jacqueline. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I will be leaving the video up for another minute or so. So please use the chat feature. And I'm also going to, in the chat feature, include my social media information for my yoga Facebook page, where you can send me messages if you think of something or have questions, or you can just like and follow that page for other yoga related content and such. I hope to catch you in class next week. And if you were not here when I first mentioned it at the start, I'm happy to inform everybody that we will be continuing with Wednesday morning yoga for the month of May. So yay! And if you have positive feedback that you'd like to share with Somerset County Library System of New Jersey, please make sure that you find a way to do that. It's really helpful in determining program success and all of that great stuff. So if you have positive feedback, for sure, make sure you take the time to leave it, and it's greatly appreciated. Again, if you have any questions, use the chat feature, and I'm going to leave the video up for maybe another minute. I'm going to type in my Facebook page. Yes. Thanks for the... I'm really glad everyone's very forgiving about the cat. Thank you all. I really appreciate that. Yes, hopefully he feels better. I think he's hungry, so that's a good sign.